7
That
clicks
time
to
it
get
worked.
it
Third
right.
time's the charm. Let's make sure. Are we actually live? Are people actually seeing us now?
I think we're live, but they're not going to respond for the 30-second delay.
Yeah.
Let's assume we are live. Let's go for
All
it.
right.
Do it.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our ending Game Jam stream. Can't believe it's already been 10 days. Like, I feel like we just did this yesterday. But, there we go. We got some responses. Okay, so we are officially live. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We tried to go live 3 times before it worked. Oh, here's all the messages. Oh, man. Nice having a game done finally. Yeah. So we have right now 250 entries. Let me refresh the page. 259. Ooh, with 12 minutes left on the clock. Oh, there we go. That's a nice addition to that.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
So I was looking through some of these. Some of them that got submitted pretty early, and I already had disqualified like 10 of them that were just games that were made previously and such. So, but I'm so excited to see all these games and see how that visual theme went. I saw on Discord that a lot of people commented that they really liked having that visual theme and having that challenge. So maybe that's something we'll do in the future. Who knows? Made my first project for the May Game Jam. Since then, I've made 5 more projects, now working on first commercial game. You guys are awesome. Aw, look at us. Hi, Mom. Who's Mom? You?
Talking about me, no doubt.
Uh,
So for today's stream, is there anything that folks are waiting on for us? Are we doing the countdown? And how long until the whole shebang ends?
So we have 10 and a half minutes left until submissions close. We do have a help team over on Discord in case for some reason you didn't get that submission in on time. They will be around to help you get that figured out. Once our timer goes off, it usually takes a minute or 2, but then the submission page will open, and then you'll be able to see all the games that are submitted and be able to start playing and rating them. So important to remember with that for ratings, we have judges on fun. So how fun is the game? The theme, we're only looking for that visual image, not the trick or treat aspect. Oh no, now Rick's really small.
It's nice and different.
We're just going to play with it a little bit. The aesthetics, so how pretty is it? The music, the sound, those are different. So the sound effects that are happening versus the music that's playing in the background. Any mechanics, so all the mechanics that are in the game, are they fun? Are they interesting? Are they working? That kind of fun stuff. And then the story. How well written is the story, the plot, the characters, that kind of stuff. So you're judging on all of those. It'll start immediately after the jam ends, and it'll go for 1 week. So it'll go until next Monday, same time. So like I said in our last stream, if you weren't there, I'll repeat that, but the best way to get your game played is to play other people's and leave really good detailed feedback on their game, because then they'll go back and return the favor. So instead of just saying like, oh, good game, it's awesome, point out good things, point out things that you can improve on, point out, oh, it looks like maybe you didn't spend enough time on this. Like, did you run out of time? I did the same thing. So leaving that feedback is very important. And you want feedback as well in your game. So make sure you're leaving that feedback, and then more people will play your game. See, let me try to catch up on some comments on here.
So we've got 9 minutes until it's done, it's closed.
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying if someone has been trying to submit and it didn't quite work and it's broken, in 9 minutes time, is it done and that's their one chance and sorry, you missed the doors have closed and never open again? Or for people who have technical difficulties, will allow them to submit a little bit after that?
So I know we always have technical difficulties for jams. I think every jam I've ever hosted has always had something. You won't be able to manually do it yourself if you need to submit after that period is ended. So if you hop on a Discord and hop into our Game Jam channel, you can tag the Game Jam helper tag, and they'll be able to help you with any issues that you have, get you submitted into the jam, and get you situated. So there's that Game Jam helper tag that we can use.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I know some people are like, is my game actually submitted? Is it not? The easiest way to see if it is submitted, if you actually go to your page of your game, in the top right, it'll say it's submitted into the GameDev.tv Halloween Jam 2025. It'll have like a little tag on it. So that's the easiest way to see that.
And is there any, if someone's completely, where's the button to submit it? I don't know what I'm doing here. I think most people have got it figured out, but is there anything else that folks need to know? Just if you've signed up, if you've already got an account, or you've got what's the terminology here? Submission? No. Enrollment? No. What's the word when you join the jam?
Well, you click join jam. That's actually the term.
Joined. There we go. That was
And
the
then
word. That was the crazy word I was after.
Where that button normally is, right next to the time, it'll say submit. And you just click that. It'll bring you to a page either to make a new jam page or to select a page that you've already made with your game on it. So that's where you would select that game that you've already made and submit it in. A lot of people have had the issue before where if you never used itch before, it can get a little confusing, but you'll want to make your own page for your game, and that's what you submit into the jam. So if you've just now realized you need to do that and you haven't done that yet, that's where those game jam helpers will come in handy.
And so if you click submit and you put your game in there, and then you look at your game jam page and you're like, oh, I haven't done anything here, it's okay to work on your page even after the jam has ended, right? It's okay to be making that fancy and put some images on there and whatnot.
Yeah. So a huge, I guess, benefit to your page is really getting the experience of how to market your game and being able to go through, add in those screenshots, add in GIFs, add in gameplay videos. Any of that is really awesome. If you go into the community page, there's an FAQ tab that I added in there. And under there, there's one that says, how do I actually submit my game? And there's a guide that I linked on there, which actually shows you what size images to put in, how to change things, what really works on itch. And so that's super helpful when you're trying to add things onto your itch page. We see a lot of times that there's been no time spent on your itch page. So it's just a white page, has maybe no text, maybe some text, and then it has just the web version of the game. And that's fine. Now that you've finished the game, spend some time actually working on that page and actually getting everything nice and tidy and work on marketing that part. I think that's the fun part for me, is just adding everything onto the page, but I know some people hate it. So we have just under 5 minutes and we're up to 276. So we were at 250 when I started looking at this earlier. So
the last minute submissions. Yeah.
Let's see what else we got on here for comments. Imagine someone doing a game in 9 minutes and sending it. I could not imagine that, honestly. Pulled 2 all-nighters this week and failed a math quiz for this game jam, but it's worth it. Oh, I can't go without my sleep.
Don't do that. Yeah, don't fail math exams. They're so important.
They really are. I didn't submit a game, but someone I know did, so that's why I'm watching. Awesome. Yeah, make sure you play those games and leave some ratings as soon as this 4 minutes is up. Any other questions or anything that's popped up? I've been seeing all the progress on Discord, and it's just been awesome. All the screenshots and the videos and posting their pages. So,
yeah, I'm interested to know if the folks who are watching at the moment, side note, 4 minutes until things close, has participating in this game jam, particularly when we did our opening stream, there was, I think, 49% of people had not participated in a game jam before. Has participating in this game jam changed your enthusiasm for game development, either positive or negative? Has it made you want to make a game that you could perhaps launch to get out on Steam? Has it given you an extra bit of energy or motivation? Did you learn something from it? I'm really interested to see more than just, oh, I finished my game, phew, but here's what I got out of it. I'd love if anyone writes a comment about that kind of stuff. That'd be really interesting for us to have a look at.
Yeah, for sure. Just reiterating, we have 3 minutes left, but if you, for some reason, miss it, we have a Game Jam helper role on Discord to be able to tag and get you assistance to still be submitted into the jam. There was also another question that popped up that said how many games we're going to be playing. We're not playing any on this stream. We have another stream scheduled for next week. I want to say it's Tuesday, my Tuesday, your Wednesday, something like that. And we'll play as many as we can in that time frame.
Yep, next Tuesday, Wednesday. That's right.
Yeah. So yeah, the submissions will be, or the results will be in for voting. So we'll see the top games. And then that next day we will play some of them. So not on this stream. Okay, now we start getting all the responses to your question in there.
Yes, I've participated in one other jam. This is from Ken. But this is my first 3D game that I've made and it encourages me to want to make more. Right on. That's awesome.
Oh, there's a question. Any behind the scenes on how you come up with jam ideas? I imagine a Zoom call with everyone saying random ideas. No Zoom call. It's more just chatting back and forth and being like, what about this? What about this? And kind of making a conclusion from that.
You know what's really interesting? Super dumb random side anecdote, Jana, but when I used to work way back in the day, I worked in market research. One of the questions we would ask potential employees who came along was, can you describe as many things as possible that you could do with a brick? And, people who aren't very creative would look at that and be like, I don't know what you mean. You can build a house with a brick. What are you talking about? But people who, once they got the knack of it, once they figured it out, they're like, oh, well, I guess you could bang them together, make musical instruments. You could throw it as a weapon. You could draw on it and talk to it like Wilson from Castaway. Just, it can be infinite, the number of ideas. I think it's the same when it comes to game development, when it comes to game jams, when it comes to themes. You can get there and state any theme topic. And then if you've got that little bit of creativity with how you go about looking at it, you can turn that into any sort of game idea, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And that's why I think I like the visual theme, because it's different. We have 30 seconds left. So
30 seconds.
Trying to pay attention to this countdown time. We have 291 entries right now, which is awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you're going to show us the entries, the submissions shortly after it's all done. Yes, you'll share your page
I'll
with
get my screen ready to go. We've got 15 seconds left.
Would you like for us to share your screen or not yet?
Yeah, sure. We're at 292 entries. And then there we go. Okay. 292 is our final number before late submissions. So the submissions tab should be available now for you guys to view. This will be in a random order. You can also filter it this way. If you guys find any games that are much older than the jams, they were made with outside of the jam time frame, things that aren't good, like maybe it's a bad download or something like that. When you click on a game, I'm just going to click on this one. There's a little report submission button right here. I don't know if you can see that or if it's cut off.
How's that?
It looks like it's frozen to me.
Oh, I see it hovering over Retro Night.
You know what? Because I opened it in a new tab. Why did it do that? I didn't want you to open it in a new tab. Yeah, interesting. Well, when you click on one of these, I don't know if I can force it to be.
You probably need to share your screen rather than sharing the application or the window or whatever it is.
Yeah, let me see if I can. I don't know.
You figure that out. I'll see if there's any more comments or questions.
Okay, let me see if I can just change which screen I'm viewing.
I noticed I had to really crunch. Yes, crunching and game development and game jams in general. Yes. Been working on a long-term project. This made me realize that the short ones in between are very important for learning. Absolutely. Yeah, it's great to mix it up, not just be going with your multi-year project without a break. It's a good opportunity to develop creativity, learn. Yep, awesome. Was occupied with tutorials learning. Couldn't manage to do anything for the jam. Well, learning's good as well. This is a good stream. Thanks, little Timmy. Keeping the spam up, I see. Got the #1 crown still. It was super fun. Awesome. I just need to turn that frustration into motivation, and that's kind of hard. I hear you on that. That's one of those things. But you have to be bad before you're good.
Yes.
The only way to get good is to go through bad.
All right, I'm resharing my screen.
Okay, awesome.
Got all kind. There we go. Okay, so when you click on any one of those games, there's a little report submission button right here. So if there's anything like it's made outside of time frame, it doesn't follow all of the rules, like it's bad download, whatever, then you would hit report submission right here. We'll get the report and I can remove it. You guys won't see these buttons, but I can disqualify and remove it. So make sure you do that. Here's where those rating your games are. And then you'll see those questions that you answered when you submitted your game. So make sure you give some ratings, and then down below you can leave a comment that has your feedback on it. You can click view game page, and that's where you actually can go into the page. And here's that little tag that I showed you guys or spoke about before. To make sure your game is submitted, it should have this tag on the top right. But this is actually a really well done page. So you see all the backgrounds on theme. All these images are great.
Well done. Who's the creator of this?
Let's see. This is Retro Night by Hakan Bacon? Hakan Bacon? I'm not sure. I'm terrible with names.
Well, congratulations. I can't read it from there. My old man eyesight is like, what does that say on the screen? But
here,
great for doing a good page and having it all uploaded and good. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Hacking Bacon. Yeah, there we go.
They submitted 2.5 minutes before the deadline.
There you go. You should get points for that. I reckon there should be some sort of degree of difficulty. If you submit really, really quickly and early, you should get like a multiplier. Or if you time it so it's like as last second as possible, you should get a bonus as well.
Oh, we already got one rating in here. But yeah, so here's our submissions page. So you can see all of those games in there. As we add any last minute, that number might go up. You can also just click view random submission. So it'll just take you to a completely random page. That way you can have more opportunity to not just click on something you would have normally clicked on. But all of these ones that have like no image, now is the time to go through and add those images, add those screenshots, because you're not in crunch mode anymore. Now you have that time to really add those in. But some of these are looking really awesome. I was looking through them yesterday and I was really excited like to play some of them and see what's going on. I don't know why there we go. There it doesn't load. And I saw a lot of people using the sponsored assets, which is awesome. Make sure you check out all of their other stuff because RG Poly and Kay have amazing stuff. But yeah, there's a lot that don't have the image. So make sure you add those because that means more people will click on your game to play it and get that feedback on there. Let's see. Are there any questions popping in that?
No questions about submission. Yeah, if there's any sort of, oh goodness, how do I submit type stuff, then please let us know right now. As Jenna was saying before, if you missed the deadline, you can still sneak in if there's technical reasons why you didn't quite make it. So of the people watching, half submitted a game, half haven't submitted a game. So either they didn't participate and they're just hanging out here because they like listening to us, or they worked on the jam but didn't submit. So
yeah. No, these are looking really, really good.
So let's talk about the assets briefly. You were doing a shout out to our sponsors, so thanks to them. And we provided some free assets for the game jam in case you needed assets, or just as also a thanks for participating. And they are only available during the duration of the jam. So we've had this issue in the past where months and years afterwards, people are like, "Hey, I did the jam 7 years ago. Can I get those assets?" It's like, it's no, no, you cannot, is the answer we give nowadays. So they're assets for participating in the jam. And once the jam has come and gone, they're not available anymore. So we do apologize if you wanted to grab them, but you didn't. Are they still technically kind of available until someone pushes the not available anymore button?
Yes, technically they are still on there. You would submit your email and then that email will be sent. So technically, yes, until I go in after this and turn it all off. So
this is your last chance to grab them if you haven't already. And then we just, so it's one of those things. The sponsors are super generous giving us some free assets and we don't want to have them downloaded forever and a day.
Right.
It's just during the jam.
Yeah. Okay. So 2 questions that popped in. How long is the judging phase? It is 1 week. So it'll end at this time on next Monday. So you have 1 week to play through everything and judge. The second question that came in was, is it possible to fix some bugs or things that don't work as they needed to be after the deadline, like an update? You can definitely do an update. I advise to try to keep your original build up. I know with web builds, you can only have one up at a time, but you can do package builds on the bottom. It'll tell you the dates on there. And you can write comments and say, okay, this was the jam submission. We had a bug where the sound volume or the sound slider wasn't working. So the volume was super loud. So we had to change that. And just document it. That's the best way to do it. So people can say, oh, okay, you changed these little things. Do not add more features. Leave what's in there. That's really the big thing, is just like, don't be adding new features. But if there is a bug, you can definitely fix that. Do we retain rights to use all of the assets? I remember past jam where the license was only for the jam. The license for the individual assets are in the file that you get. So there's like a little text file attached in each folder. The sponsors provide what you're allowed to do. So I can't say off the top of my head what it was, but they have their license in there.
Yeah, and with these these assets, I think they're for non-commercial use, so you can use them in your student projects. Generally, if you're doing something that no one will ever see, you can do whatever you want with assets. Like there's no copyright issues if you're just using them for personal reasons. But I believe these assets are non-commercial, so you can't put them into a game and sell them unless you go purchase the pack that they came from.
Yeah. So yeah, just look that up. The other question that popped in was, is judging purely by community, or does GDTV have ratings? And do they weigh more heavily than the community ratings? We do not have ratings. I mean, I can go in and rate games on my personal itch account, but they are weighed the same. So there's no judgment there of which one. But yeah, it's mainly just the community. And then we'll be playing games after the ratings are completed.
Yes. And so that'll be next week. We'll be playing games in 1 week's time, and it'll be, come along and join us on the stream. And if you'd like us to play your game, then just let us know. This is normally how playing the games work. We will find a couple that we think are pretty rad and we'll play those. And then it's really whoever's hanging out in the stream with us. We know that folks really enjoy when we play their game on the stream and give a bit of feedback and talk about what we like, etc. So that'll be the way it'll go down next week.
Yeah. I think I'll probably squeeze in some games before then on my own and leave some feedback, but we'll see. I try to do that in May too, and I only got like 2 games that I got to play. So there's a lot of games though, 292. I'm so excited.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. There was another question in here. Someone was having trouble with uploading their submission button. Wasn't there anymore. If now that the time has ended, does the submission button go away and you have to ask for special input?
Yes.
Okay. So if you have any issues, jump into the Discord server, the GameDev.tv Discord server, find the Game Jam channel and jump in there and say, hey, I was having issues submitting, please help. And then our folks in there will help you out.
Yeah. How you play the submissions on the page, there's tabs, there's next to overview, there's submissions. It squeezes in between the community and overview page. So just hit submissions and you'll see all of the games available.
Yeah, so if you've missed the submission, but your game is ready and you just kind of didn't quite make it, then jump over to Discord right now and get some input and we'll help you out. If it was a technical reason or if you just kind of missed the bus and you're running for it and the bus drove away and like, oh no, it's like the bus driver's happy to stop for a little bit longer and let you on the bus.
Yes.
This is not high school where you get in trouble and you fail if it's not perfect. It's like, if you made your game, we want you to be able to submit, and the extra half an hour is not going to give you such an advantage that everyone else is going to be upset about it. It's more important to submit. Yeah,
for sure. So again, on Discord, just tag the Game Jam helper tag. If you can't remember what it is, it's on the very top of the member list is that tag. I made sure it was on the top, so that's the first thing you saw. So tag them. One of them will come in and help you out with what you need. After stream, I'll be in Discord as well, so I can help out anyone. I'm really easy to find because I'm Jana everywhere. So There's no other like random names that I use. I just use my real name. So,
Excellent.
Yeah. We got 3 minutes left of the stream. So if there's
same question again, would you guys only play only the best games from the Game Jam on stream? We'll look at a few games that we like that are, rated best games, but also then we'll play games based upon who's joined the stream and wants us to play their game. So come along. It's one of those things that we try to get through as many games as possible, and obviously WebGL games are easier to play than executable games. We try to get through as many as possible, but nearly always there's half of the people who join the stream, please play my game, that we don't quite get to, even when we stick around for ages and ages. So we'll do our best to play a bunch of them, because we love it. We love playing games, and we love when people are in the audience watching as we play their particular game.
I know. I was thinking today, actually, the Steam Next Fest ended. So like all those demos now are gone. So it's like, what are people going to play? Well, now you have all these games to play that people made. Awesome. So that's awesome. Still things to do.
Just a side note as well, just in the 1 or 2 minutes we've got left, quick plug. I'll be doing a stream in 2 days' time with Stefan. We'll be talking about indie game development. What are we talking about? One of the hardest. What is the topic? I forget.
It says, share real indie dev insights from design hooks and player psychology to finding your unique creative edge.
All right, that sounds like the flavor.
What's building momentum and creating games.
All right. Well, I think the topic is. Hang on. The topic was a bit more specific than that. Something along the lines of, what's the hardest part in terms of succeeding in indie game development? Like, how do you get your game to stand out? How do you get your game to stand out in 2025 is a lot of what we're talking about. And we're also going to be talking a bit about the indie program that is actually starting this Sunday. So if you've been curious about the indie program and you want to go from dabbling a little bit to taking it further in terms of your understanding of how to make a game that could potentially be a commercial success, and to go through all that process of, how do I find something that's going to stand out? How do I do marketing? How do I come up with a better idea? How do I get play testing? How do I build it? What are all the processes? All the stuff, all the things that you kind of don't know. Then we'll be talking a little bit about the program for anyone who wants to ask questions about it. So please do come along in 2 days' time, pretty much 2 days from right at this very moment. We'll be talking about succeeding as an indie, and also a bit about the program.
Yeah, and you get to hang out with me during the program. I'll be in the Discord and
there you go.
Chatting, and I'll be on the live calls, and you just get to hang out with me. So
yes, and in the meantime, if you just jump to GameDev.tv, you'll see the banner on there, which is the indie game program. You can check out details if you're curious about it and you want to know the price and when it starts and all that jazz.
For sure. So, someone said that they listen to your podcast while they're at the gym.
Your podcast or my podcast?
Yours.
I don't have a podcast.
I listen to Rick's podcast.
Oh, hang on. Is someone generating AI Rick podcast? What are they talking about?
I was going to say, I didn't know you had a podcast.
Maybe it's old ones from back when Tim and I used to do our Devology live stream.
Probably, yeah.
Talking all sorts of nonsense back in the day. So, well, it's cool. It's cool. Someone's listening. Hopefully it is legit. If the Rick has an Indian accent, then it might not be.
Yeah. The question just popped in was, do you do live recorded sessions or options for like email or messaging queries? I think that was in response to a question about the program. Yeah, they asked that too. We do live recorded sessions weekly. And then questions.
Maybe that's to do with the support of the program. So jump over to GameDev.tv and you'll see all the details on the program. I don't want to go in a lot of detail now because we're talking about Game Jam, but essentially we have a dedicated Discord server with a whole team of people to help you out in every step of your game, giving you feedback on your idea, your concept, your execution. Super hands-on. We have live calls, coaching calls once per week. And a structured 7 week. It's a 7 week program. So, Yep.
So 2 days we'll have a whole video, live stream about that. So maybe it's your doppelganger. All right. So any last minute questions about submissions or rating or any of that? Again, there is Game Jam Helper over in Discord. I will join in and help anything over there as soon as we're done with this call. Make sure you're going in there, going to the submissions, go to random submissions, play the games, give good feedback, spend some time improving your page with your game on it, because that does go a long way for more people to play your game. We already got 9 ratings, so 12 ratings. People are playing. That's awesome. And then again, if you find a game that obviously has been around for a while, or hasn't followed the rules, or is just a bad link to download, make sure you report that submission, and then I can remove it from there.
Yes. Can you rate your own game? Technically,
I don't know if it allows you or not. That's a good question.
If you can, everyone should go rate their own game. You need at least one person to rate your game, and I think it's okay if it's you. Go give yourself some honest feedback. I like this mechanic, but could have spent a little bit more time on the artwork. Give yourself some feedback.
Yeah, why not? That's good. Again, if you leave good feedback for other people, they'll come back and play your game and leave you feedback, which is the goal. You want to improve.
The way the community works. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yep.
And you have until next Monday at this time for judging. So you have 1 full week to play those games, and get some ratings in there. And then the following day after judging ends, we will be playing some of those. No, and you can't rate your own game.
Join us next week for playing of games.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Thank you guys for hosting this jam. I hope to see more in the future. Our next one is our annual jam in May. I don't have dates for that yet, but be on the lookout. So, yeah.
Awesome. Wonderful. Thanks, everyone, for joining us today. Well done to everyone who's created a game and submitted their game. Well done if you worked on your game, even if you didn't submit it. There's a lot of value in giving it a go. And, looking forward to seeing everyone in a week's time to be playing games and checking them out.
Yeah, excited. So again, if you have any questions or issues or anything at all, head over to Discord, tag the Game Jam Helper tag, and we will be over there to help you out.
Awesome. Right. Cool. Thanks for joining today. We will end the stream and see everyone again soon. I'm just going to push the end button, Jana. I'm not even going to put our stream ending soon button. I'm just going to be
that sounds good.
Done.
We're just going to get frozen in a weird spot. That's all.
All right. Thanks, everyone. See ya.
All right. Bye.